We are in southern Baja and it's hot. I'm about to do a test that many of you guys will be very excited about. I'm gonna test the color, the selenite color, and see if it does get hotter than the white. I've debated for a very long time if I was gonna get the gray, and it was a very difficult decision because I spent a lot of time in Baja and in southern Baja, and it gets super hot. So I was worried that getting the gray was going to be an issue. And in this test, I have placed, as you can see, a surfboard on the side of that I'm going to be checking temperatures. And I'll be measuring the front side of the surfboard that is getting direct sunlight, and then I'll be testing the back of the surfboard. They have very similar construction, fiberglass and foam, about the same thickness, so it will give us a very good idea of how that translates. And then I will be going on in the inside of the Ekko and see, you know, how that does. It is actually not super hot from the actual temperature. It's 85 degrees, but the sand is between 130 and 140 degrees, and it's radiating, so it feels super hot right now. I'm actually very uncomfortable just even filming this because I can just feel that that sun on my face and the radiation from the sand. And as you can see, Astor is running into the shade because he's like, that's too damn. Did you guys see him there? He just like escaped from the heat. Yeah, it is very uncomfortable. So we'll see how all this translates with our famous selenite color. It is so hot on the sand that I have to wear flip-flops. I cannot walk barefoot, and I'm actually sweating right now because I can just feel that heat radiating from the sand. It's absolutely insane how hot. I mean, look at that, 140. So it is crazy hot right next to the sand, and you can just feel it. And let's go and take some measurements. All right, here we go. The moment we have all waited for. Let's see what we get on that surfboard. There we go, 126. So that's pretty damn hot. And now we are gonna test, see what we get on the Ekko. It's gonna be crazy hot. Holy smoke, 159. So there's definitely a difference in temperature. And now let's go and measure the temperature on the back of the surfboard and see that I believe it's close to 2 inches thick, maybe a little over 2 inches. So let's go and see the back of the surfboard, and then we'll go and see the back of the Ekko. That is the big moment. If the insulation actually takes care of that difference in heat. 99 degrees. That's pretty hot. So now let's go and see on the back of the Ekko what kind of numbers we get. Or I guess I should say on the other side, inside of the Ekko, what number we're gonna get. I am in the shade, and it's unbelievable what a difference it is between being on the other side in the sun and being in the shade. It's like night and day. It's like, it feels so cool in here in comparison. There is a good breeze, and I am actually not sweating like I was before. So let's see what kind of reading we get here. All right, let's see. 84. So 84 in the shade. Let's see the little boy here. He's also 84. The door, 84. So yeah, we are at about 84. This might be same 80. 91. So that's a little hotter there. 83. 83. So these are kind of the numbers we're getting. Let's look at that again. 85. So it's 85 in the shade, and let's go inside. All right, I am walking in, and first impression is feels nice. I've got the fan going, all the windows are open, so there's quite a bit of air coming through here, and very, very comfortable. I don't see a big difference between outside in the shade and inside the Ekko, at least as a first impression. So that's very good. I am very pleased with that. I guess I can take my glasses off. So I am very pleased with that, and let's go and look at numbers. I'm excited. All right, here we go with the first internal temperature here, or inside temperature here. I used also that meat thermometer just as a backup, but the bottom number is what we're looking at. That's the temperature inside. It's about 86, between 86 and 85 degrees, kind of depending on what you trust. Let's see what this one tells me on the 84. So pretty much what we have outside, which is absolutely great. And now I will show you something very interesting that I discovered. Let's look at the inboard temperature gauge. That does not work, and I kept thinking, man, it's 95, but it feels so comfortable in here. And I've been looking at this now for months, and this is the first time that I actually compare it with something else. So do not trust this thermometer. Is about 10 degrees warmer. I think sometimes even more, and I believe it's because of the refrigerator. So do not use this as a gauge to figure out the temperature inside the Ekko. And now let's go take some readings off the wall and see what kind of numbers we get. All right, are you all ready for this magic moment? I forgot what the temperature was on that surfboard, but this will be a great comparison. So let's press the button, see what we got. 91. So 91 here. 87 there. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And then 111 up there. So that's, let's see what we're getting there. I think that's that frame, and it's probably the metal on the ridge there. 93. So yeah, so overall I am pretty sure that it is better than the surfboard, but we'll have to check later, because I don't know at this moment what the number was, because I don't have that good of a memory. So let's see up there. 88, 96, 84, 75. Wow. Wow, that must be because of that air coming in through that window. And now the real weak part of the Ekko. Let's go to the front and get some measurements here. As you can see, I started using this for my clothes because I stuffed this for my clothes to just do some insulation. I'm gonna remove these clothes and get a reading in there, but I can already, just standing here, I can feel the heat. All of this area here radiates heat. It's very unfortunate. I wish this part of the Ekko was more insulated, which is a problem both in the summer and then in the winter. So I'm gonna remove those clothes and we'll get some readings. All right, I'm sure everybody's ready for this moment. Let's see what kind of heat we get back there. 121 degrees. 104. 104. Well, there's no sun on that side, so this is gonna be the hot side. Let's see back there. 102 up there, so it radiates all the way into that corner up there. That's where I took the reading up there. 100 there. So that is really the problem out there. You get a lot of heat. If you're sitting on this chair, you get hot. So this whole front area when it's hot is, well, this is actually comfortable now on the other side, but this whole area, it's not super comfortable when it's hot. So you gotta sit here, you gotta sit here, or you gotta stay back there in the bedroom. So that is the truth of the Ekko and the selenite color. So here we are with the conclusion. Don't we all love conclusions, so we don't have to watch the whole video? So in conclusion, the Ekko does really well in hot weather. The insulation, it's doing its job. My dogs are perfectly comfortable. I am perfectly comfortable. We've had really hot days, probably in the 90s, and I stayed comfortable as long as there is a little bit of a breeze. And that's the beauty of the Ekko, is all the windows. There's just great airflow. Like right now I feel air coming in, and super comfortable. And that's what allows the Ekko to do so well in hot weather. It's just all these windows and all the cross currents that you can get in here. My dogs are super comfortable. You can see Astro there. He's very happy. And that's very important to me as well. I want to make sure that my dogs are comfortable because they definitely get hotter than I do. So overall, the Ekko is a winner, and selenite is definitely a color to choose if you like the color, because I don't think it really affects how hot it gets in here, especially looking at that surfboard test. So anyways, there we go about selenite and how hot it gets. See you next.